channel. Today I'm going to be doing a craft with this vase that I have. Last year I made like a fall arrangement. I used wired, I think, ribbon, and I made my first bow, which was not that bad. I used a tutorial and I was actually able to do it. But this time I'm going to change this all up. And the first thing, we're going to do a decoupage on here, but I also got some acrylic paint that's good for glass. And what we're going to do is we're going to just clean this up so the paint goes on and stays. Okay, we're going to clean the whole vase up with this alcohol wipe. All right, now this is going to be one of my bigger projects because the last one I did was of Mackenzie's Child. I did the plate for my first time. You know, I did some other plates, but I'm not too happy with them. But they're not too bad. I mean, it's not the worst. But, you know, in life, some people have the talent and some people have to work at their talent. I'm one of those people that have to work at the talent. It doesn't come too easy for me with crafting. But one thing it is, what I tell you out there, for those that have to work at your talent, that really want to do it, don't give up, okay? Don't ever give up. You're you, and just because something comes easy for somebody else, you can't look at them. You got to focus on yourself and do what you need to do and not give up. Okay, we don't need to do the inside because we're not touching the inside. We're just focusing on the outside. Okay, we have some paint that we got. I'm going to put down some paper towels or something, and I'm going to paint this, or maybe I'll bring out my crafting table. I have an old TV dinner table I don't use no more. And I probably use that for crafting, but I don't know. So stay tuned. We're going to paint this all up, let it dry, do another layer of paint, let it dry, and then we're going to do some decoupage with the napkins. But I have different kinds of designs that I got to figure out what I'm going to use as far as design. And then we have the pen to go around the edge. And then we go over with the Mod Podge. We cut out the design of the napkins because you can cut the napkins and place them in, you know, how you want it designed on your vase. And then once it dries and settles, then you go light layer of Mod Podge over it and let it dry completely. And then you could do your, you know, your light gold pen. You could use blue, whatever you want to use. It's up to you. And once it's completely dried and everything is settled, then you decorate it with what you want. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my arrangements of fall flowers in here. So I'm slowly starting the fall, but not really ready for it because we're still in the throes of summer. Even though we're in August, it's too hot and I'm not really in the fall mood. So stay tuned and we're going to start painting. Okay, we're going to get started. Shaking up. All right, let's see. Boy. All right. Just put that there. The lid on top. All right. We start out slow, okay? Just long strokes that go down. And we're starting with one layer, okay? One layer, and then let it dry. And then we're going to do 2 layers. This is why we have to do 2 layers, because of this. It's required because of the brush strokes, you know, and you want everything to get nicely done. Remind you, this is my first time doing this. I've seen people do this. I've watched tutorials, and I said, well, only way you're going to know how to do this is if you do it yourself, Kim. And that's the only way you're going to know. It's going to be nice white vase. And then what napkins I use, I have several types of designs that would go nice on there. So I got to figure out if I have like an all year one, because, you know, I don't want to keep going out and buying glass vases for every season, like Christmas. And, well, Christmas season's different. I have other kinds of things to put out. But like, you know, say the autumn, the spring, you know, like that. So I'm going to turn this off right now. I'm going to finish painting the rim, which is going to be a little difficult, and I'll show you when I'm done. And then we're going to let it dry, and then we're going to put a new coat on. Okay, I'm just going to put my hand in here to show you. I'm not quite done. I have to get the base, but I'm trying to get this dry first. And then this is going to be the last, right out around the edge. But I think I can get the edges right here, which I missed because I was focused on other parts of it. Putting my hand inside, not all the way, helps. And that's it. So I'm going to let it dry completely. And then, as you see, I have to go over a second coat, because this is all see-through. I got my hand on there. Oh, this is all see-through. And I'm going to make sure that when we go over it, it's not going to be see-through. It has to be completely white. Okay, I started partially on the second coat. I got the base. I'm just going to leave the base the way it is, but I have to continue to go around and get any parts that are not smoothed out real well, like this here. And I'm waiting for the base to dry a little bit, and since it's only one coat, it will dry fairly fast. And then we're going to work on like right here, and then we're just going to let it dry, and then later I will work on the decoring of this, the decorating with the napkins. We're going to you know, put the tear the napkins, pull the napkins apart gently where it goes down to 1 ply. And we're going to pick out the way we're going to design, cut them out, and use a light coating of Mod Podge and just putting them on here and so forth. Just, you know, decorating how you want your vase to look. And then putting another light coat of Mod Podge over the napkins and letting it sit for like 24 to 48 hours before you can actually decorate it, fill it up, and so forth. So we're getting there. Okay, I'm finally done with the painting. I have added a third coat just to get it a little thicker. And I don't want to go with any more because once you start adding it, it's going to be too messy at that point. So now I have my air on and hopefully it'll dry faster. But it looks like we're not going to do any more in the way of crafting today until this is completely dry. And then we'll work on the second step tomorrow. Excuse the sound of the air conditioning in the background, but we're finally done. It's actually nice. I'm still not doing anything till tomorrow because I wanted to really set, and I don't want to mess this up. However, I was doing some research, okay? Because this is a matte finish if you look at it. And I want mine to have a glossy finish. Okay, I checked out to see if there's any gloss that can go over acrylic paint and that would make it nice and shiny like it was when I had the glass finish here. And I ordered some, so I'm getting it from Amazon. It's gonna be delivered overnight. I love that overnight service. I don't know if any of you had that done. I've had it done several times and it's just fantastic. It just gets here so soon. Of course, I had to order some other eligible items to get that overnight service. Anyway, so the next step, I think I'm going to gloss, but I'm going to do some more research and checking to see if I put the gloss on first, then the Mod Podge, and I think it's the Mod Podge first, and then the decorative napkins that I'm going to be using, cutting them out and putting here and there. I think it's over yeah, I think it would be over. So yeah, because that makes sense. It doesn't make sense to put the napkins over the glass, the gloss. But by the time this is done, I hope it looks really good. Like I said earlier, a lot of people can do it just like that, crafting, no problems. And then there are some people that really have to work at it and really have to keep practicing, and I'm one of those people. But the thing is, you don't give up. You keep trying. And I'm sorry if the camera's moving. I don't have my tripod right now. I just wanted to show you. I'm actually proud of myself. I'm actually proud of myself that I did it this far. So stay tuned for the next clips, and I hope you enjoy this video. Okay, this is day 2. I am going to now put designs onto this vase that's already been dried, and we're going to use our Mod Podge, okay? We're going to use the Mod Podge. And I'm trying to figure out where to put this, and I figured I will place it right about here, okay? I'll start putting a layer over each end and just slowly, working my way up. So I'll be back. I'm going to turn off camera because I need to really focus on this. Okay, we got our first design that I cut out with the napkin, and I used Mod Podge, and I slowly worked my way up because these napkins can tear. So patience is the key when you're trying to design this. I'm still got to put more, not going to overdo it. I'm just going to do it, around just a little bit and put some stuff up here. And then once this completely dries, again, has to be completely dry, we're going to put a gloss over this. But I'll probably put the pen on first, then I'll put the gloss over. So it's a process. I know this is probably a long video. I'm sorry if it's too long and too talkative, but that's how I am. I'm a talkative person at times when I'm comfortable. And I know some people don't like to hear too much in the videos, but I apologize for that. I'm just that type of person. I like to talk when I'm comfortable with what I'm doing. So apologies ahead of time. Stay tuned for the more, and then I'll show you once it's done. Thank you. Okay, I finally finished. I put several designs on here, but not overcrowding it. Okay, we have this design, and we got, you know, butterfly, and there's vine up at the top. Same thing on this side, except for when we have one like new flower there. We went over it. Sorry, let me just get those scraps off there. What we're gonna do now is we gotta let this completely dry before we can put any gloss on. So with that being said, I'm gonna shorten this and not talk too much. And I'm going to let this dry. It may have a little bit of wrinkle here, but it will smooth out. And what we're gonna do is just let it dry completely. And then when I come back, we will paint the rim here, or maybe I'll do it while this is drying, so the rim can be painted with the gold. And this way, that'll be dry and this will be dry, and then we'll go with our gloss, and then that'll be it. Sorry if this video is too long, but it's very detailed what I do, and I just like to show people how to do it, because I know when I'm learning something, I want it detailed, because I want to absorb as much as I can. Sometimes when you do it too fast, it just doesn't absorb. So some people can absorb it faster, some people can't. So I usually do my videos in detail. So I will be right back. Thank you for tuning in. Hello everyone, I'm back. This is the final. I put the gold pen around here, the paint pen. Now we're on the very final part of this craft. I got this off Amazon. They gave instructions, I read them already. There's the cap that you put the varnish in, the gloss, and this, the bottle, and they give us their brush. They suggest, let me make sure. Hang on one second. All right, let's see. They recommend 2 to 3 coats. This will not turn, you know how some varnishes, some things turn yellow? This will not turn this vase yellow by all means. So what I'm gonna do is I'm pour some in here. They suggest using the cup and not pouring it directly onto the vase itself. So I'm going to start and I will show you the finished result. I finished with the varnish. As you can see, it's a shinier coat. It's not that matte coat because, let's see, hold on, I'm trying to, there we go. I always like the shinier, the glossier, the better for me. I'm not crazy about matte. It depends on the project and what matte is really for, you know. But as far as like this glassware, it has to be glossy for me. So I'm finally done. It's drying now. I can't really like lift it up right now because it's very sticky. And if you hear the air on the background, it's because it's really hot today, and it also helped this dry thoroughly. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I know it's long and drawn out, but it was a step-by-step process for me to do this. And it's not gonna be, you know, 1, 2, 3, because everything's involved that needs drying. So that's it for my video. Thank you for watching. I hope you all have a wonderful weekend. Take care. God bless. Bye.